Hey everyone, welcome to this Sims 3 house building video. So today I am building a mansion on an island, and because of that I've creatively named this house Island Mansion, so I earned a lot of creativity points for that one. But anyway, this house is built on one of the hidden islands in Isla Paradiso from the Sims 3, Island Paradise, and it has this really cool staircase. That's one thing, but also there's a bunch of other stuff kind of scattered around this island in particular. So there's like a treasure chest, there's also some rocks, which I already removed, but there's also like these kind of stone sculptures of heads and or statues, I guess, and some like broken pottery and stuff like that. So it's a pretty cool island. There's like a lot of different things happening already, and there's not even a house there yet. But anyway, I'm building this house on this island here, and I decided to preserve some of the stuff from the island. So, for example, the staircase in the front there, which I've already started building the house kind of around that. It's not a usable staircase, but I thought it looked really cool, so I wanted to keep that there. And yeah, so that's one of the things I incorporated. And as I said earlier, this house is a mansion, and it truly is a mansion. It's 4 stories. There's 3 stories and then kind of a basement level. Because it's an island, I didn't really want to build an actual basement. So since this house is built so high up on a kind of a hill, there was room for a basement that's above ground level, but that's still under the house. So anyway, it's 4 stories, and there's also a lot of living rooms. There's 3 living rooms. There's a lot of bathrooms. There's 8 bathrooms. 6 of which are full bathrooms, and 2 of which are half bathrooms, and there's also 5 bedrooms. Although you could, if you download the house, which you can because there's a link in the description, but you could expand this to have probably 8 bedrooms or more, 9 bedrooms. There's a lot of space. There's a lot of other rooms that you could kind of change into bedrooms. So it's a very big house. It doesn't look that big, which is what's kind of cool about it, but it's actually quite large. And anyway, you can already see what I'm doing here, and you're probably wondering what is going on. Why is there like this traditional looking door with like these these like stone railings, and then on the other side there's like this glass and these big windows. So I can explain that. So I did last year a beach house that I just called Modern Beach House, and after I finished building that house, I kind of like looked at it and I was like, it kind of looks like this house was renovated at some point. There's like this kind of mix of old and new, and I kind of liked the way that looked. So with this house, I decided to build it with that kind of intention of it kind of having a history and a story. I had that intention from the beginning. So the idea was that it was like an old mansion that was like really traditional, and at some point in its life, it was completely gutted and renovated into like an ultra-modern house. So it's kind of like a contrast between 2 extremes. You have the ultra-modern parts, which is a lot of the house is ultra-modern, and then you also have the really traditional parts as well. So it's a very cool contrast, and I quite like it. So in the front of the house, or what is kind of the front, I'll get to that later, but you have like this really old-looking kind of front door area and like the stone, and then on the other side there's like the glass railings and like the really big glass windows, and it just looks really cool. And it's kind of a cool contrast. I mean, it's probably not everybody's thing, but I think it turned out really cool. And on the inside, there's certain elements of the older house that I left behind in air quotes, because of course I built this all from scratch, so there really wasn't any leaving behind. But you know, like I put in a like really medieval looking kind of fireplace in the living room that looks really cool. There's also like these really ornate floors. And then there's a mix between like ultra modern furniture and like really traditional kind of older looking furniture, and it's really cool. So you'll see when we get to the interior, which actually is a while from now because I spent a lot of time building the house, but I think that ends up looking really cool. Now another thing you probably have noticed is the roof is it's made of these metal like sheets or metal panels. And I actually really like this roof. I don't use it very often because it's hard to find a good use for it. But on this house, it kind of is just really cool. And, you know, it kind of fits in the story with, it was like, oh, an old house. And then when they made it ultra modern, they kept the roof shape, but they put like this really modern metal roof on it instead of having just normal shingles. So one thing that you'll see once we get into the floor plan that's kind of strange is that there's going to be 2 front entrances and 2 main staircases in this house. And the reason for that is the front of the house where the tower is was, well, I wanted that to be the front of the house, but it couldn't be the front of the house because of that staircase there. So the staircase there is an object that was on the island already. So your Sims can't use it as a staircase. They can't get to that door, that front door. So I had to build a second front door in the back of the house, or what is now the front, I guess. So the idea behind this is that when the house was renovated, they moved the front door to the back and kind of flipped it around. So that's why there's like 2 front entrances and 2 front staircases. And I think it's kind of cool. I mean, it's strange, but it's also cool. And it means the staircase is really cool. So you can see there's 2 staircases that are 3 wide, and they both come up and meet in this one central point there, like in the center there, like they meet. And then there's 2 smaller staircases that go up either to the right or to the left. From our angle that we're looking at it, nope, now we just flip the camera around. Well, anyway, from this angle, on the right side is a bedroom and a bathroom, and on the left side is all the other bedrooms on the second floor. So it's kind of like, depending which small little tiny staircase you go up to, once you reach that center point between the 2 big staircases determines where you go in the house. It's pretty cool. Anyway, you'll see as we continue on that I'm going to like kind of make these 2 separate entranceways. There's that front one, and there's also the back one. And the floor plan doesn't change much, although I do kind of change out I changed it a little bit from what I initially do, but the main thing is I put the formal living room by what would have been the original front entrance. So technically, because of the way that I put the actual entrance in what would be the back of the house, so the formal living room's in the back. This is probably getting really confusing, but the formal living room's in the back of the house, and the kitchen and informal living room were in the front of the house. And that's because it was switched around. So that's why it's that way. But it's kind of cool. And it kind of like makes it just seem like the house kind of has some character, kind of has like a history behind it. So anyway, here I'm building the actual front stairs, which is in the back of the house. So these go up to like that kind of terrace, not really a terrace, but like that patio area where the door will be. There's also these stairs here, and the reason there's so many stairs, of course, is because the house is built on a hill. That's how I was able to fit that basement underneath without actually having the basement be below water level, because that would not be good. Anyway, there's that fireplace. I know it's weird that this fireplace is in a house that's on an island, on a tropical island. There's 4 fireplaces in this house. But, I mean, it's a mansion, so I thought it should have fireplaces. So there's the really cool, like medieval looking one in the living room, in the formal living room. Anyway, it was really hard to find a 3 wide door. So I ended up going with that door, which wasn't my first choice, but because I built this with like a 3 wide entranceway, I had to find a door that was 3 squares wide, and that was the best one. So it just had to be that way. Anyway, right here, I love this part. This is the pool area. So there's a really nice pool, and then there's kind of like this, I mean, I wouldn't really call it a cabana. It's not like an enclosed room, but there's like this kind of covered area that goes around the pool, and it just looks so cool when it's done. And you kind of have like this protective area where your Sims can like go on lounge chairs there. I was going to put walls in, but I decided not to. So I kind of put these arched windows. I guess they're windows. There's no glass though. Kind of like these arches with railings in without a wall. I use move objects to do that. And then I put columns in between them, and it looks really cool. And that ends up being the kind of backdrop to the pool and kind of like a nice covered area around the pool. It just makes it look really fancy, I guess. I also put like a hot tub further back by the water, so that you'll see that soon. And I also use pagoda roofs on this. Although I kind of toned them down a bit so you can't really tell. But still, I also messed up the whole roof on the house too by accident, so that was good. Anyway, yeah, so there's those pagoda roofs, which I toned them down a lot so you can't really tell. But anyway, here's the hot tub area, which kind of comes out this way and overlooks the ocean there, unobstructed view very cool. So there's the hot tub. And yeah, I had to adjust the terrain a little bit to fit this in, but overall, it looks so cool. And I'm also going to put in some trees and various things around the place, of course, and get some stairs in from the other direction. And right now, I still haven't finished putting the wallpapers on the house yet. It's already 10 minutes into the video, and the house has unfinished walls, which is kind of crazy. Anyway, also there's a really large window there, which, I mean, I imagine would have been added in later because it kind of doesn't seem to fit in with like what would have been the original design of the house. But anyway, here I am putting in the boat dock. So this is where the boats would obviously come in. So this has, well, right now I'm not working on it, of course, but it has room for 3 boats, which is pretty cool. And it's at the back of the house, which is now the front, of course, which makes sense because that's right where the entrance is. So anyway, here I'm just adjusting the roof further. So we have kind of like this flat area. So I guess it's a mansard roof technically. And yeah, there's like a little flat area. I was trying to adjust the roof a bit because I wasn't a huge fan of how it looked. It looked a bit strange, so I adjusted it a little bit. But yeah, anyway, here on the interior, we're putting in some windows, and I'm going to also adjust the floor plan, I believe. I don't really know when we start on the interior entirely, but I feel like it's coming up soon. And oh yeah, here's some more stone on this part of the house. But anyway, this is the formal, well, we're moving around so much it's hard to tell what's going on, but putting in the front door to the formal entranceway, which is obviously no longer the front entrance. And also there's the walkout basement. So there's a little door there by the side of the house that lets your Sims access the outdoors from the basement, which is pretty cool. Anyway, this is going to be that was going to be the informal living room, but I moved away from it. And there's also this kind of cool little pass-through by the basement stairs that goes to the study. So, like you can go through the basement kind of stairs area to get to the study, which is kind of neat. That doesn't probably make too much sense, but you'll see it better when we get to that. So here I'm putting in just a lot of doors because there needs to be doors. And also in this house, I put a closet in for every single bedroom. So every bedroom has a closet, which I feel like I should start doing that for all my houses because it's just way more realistic. Like not having closets is always kind of a strange thing to me. So just putting in closets for every single bedroom. They all have the same size. It's a 2x1 closet. Normally I put glass doors on closets for some reason. I guess the reason I did that is because then you could see the clothes kind of in there, so it looks like, oh, that's a closet. I didn't do that in this house. I put solid wooden doors in because just that seems more realistic. But yeah. So anyway, here I'm putting in some archways, some more traditional looking archways. I originally did some really modern ones, but I felt like it didn't suit the house properly, so I decided to put in some more traditional ones. And also I put a door in for the front entranceway, so it's kind of the back entranceway, I guess. So it's kind of more closed off, so it makes it clearer that the back of the house is really the front, I guess. I'm probably making this really confusing, but there you go. So we're beginning now on the flooring. So I used this kind of technique that I've been doing recently. I started it with, I think, Wellington Manor back in February. Probably. I think that was when I did that video. And this is when I first did this kind of like really kind of nice flooring with this kind of detail on it. And now I've been doing it in so many houses just because I think it looks so good. So I'm doing it here, and you can see we have this, I guess it's kind of orangey, kind of like this orangish wood floor. And there, you can see the fireplace there. Look at that fireplace. That's such a cool fireplace. And it totally is in a massive contrast to like the ultra modern parts of the house. I mean, the floor, like, it's just so cool. I like you have the plain white walls, which is very modern, and then I'm putting in this modern furniture, but it's in a room with like this really old looking fireplace and like the really ornate floor. It's just such a cool look. I didn't end up putting a TV in the formal living room because of that fireplace. There was no room for one. So that's why right next to it, there's an informal living room, which does have a TV. And also the third living room in the basement also has a TV. So you'll see that. But anyway, the dining room, I didn't make the dining room big enough to have the table fit into it. And I'm pretty sure even after I expand it, it's still not big enough. So I don't know how much of that dining table is really usable because there's a fireplace on one side of the room, and then there's an archway on the other side of the room. So I don't think that the chairs are really usable, but it's fine. I mean, it's probably fine. It looks fine. I mean, you can always put a different table in or get rid of the fireplace or something to make it work. I mean, I don't really build houses for that. I build them to look nice, but Anyway, here I'm just doing some more doors and things, and I'm also putting in the dining room now, finally. So here's the dining table, which fits in a little bit better now that I expanded the room, and also some nice flooring as well. Also, the study gets the nice flooring too, so you can see that. And yeah, most of the house, actually, I think every bedroom gets wood flooring. I don't do any carpeting in this house. And also very few rugs as well. I normally do a lot of rugs, but because I wanted to leave the floors kind of exposed and not cover it up, I did not use many rugs, so you'll see that. But anyway, here's the living room coming together, and this is the formal living room, and you can see really modern furniture, but also like that big black couch is kind of not modern. It's kind of like this Gothic style, but then all the other furniture in the room is really modern. So it's kind of like this cool mix and not like this little seating thing over here is like really modern. And then I put this really gothic looking mirror over it. So it's kind of like a theme of this kind of contrast between old and new is kind of everywhere in this house. And I think it turned out really nicely. So here I'm just putting in some details and things, and also there's a little side table there with like a fish tank on it, and also some artwork and things. So also, I love that bookshelf. There's like this kind of boat bookshelf there that's made out of a rowboat or something. It's very cool. Anyway, here I'm putting in the dining room furniture. So we have a nice dining table, seats 8 Sims there, which is good because there's plenty of room in this house for 8 people to live here, so it's good to have a dining table that can accommodate. And here I'm just kind of putting in this black and white pattern on the chairs. It's very kind of not modern looking, that's for sure. But I guess this room is not as modern as some of the others, but it still has like that modern white walls and stuff. So you'll see some rooms are more traditional than others, and some are very modern. So you'll see as we go through. But anyway, that's the dining room there. Oh yeah, there's also like a modern piece of art there over the TV, over the fireplace. So that looks pretty cool. Anyway, I didn't put any curtains in this house, which is another thing I usually do. I usually put curtains in the house everywhere. So no curtains. There's some blind. Well, all the bedrooms and bathrooms have blinds, but none of the other rooms have any kind of window coverings. Again, I was trying to keep it more modern, and I also didn't want to obstruct the windows because I wanted the ocean views to be preserved. So anyway, I'm doing this kind of cool flooring here in the kitchen, which is made out of these like diamonds and like this round part. And of course, the kitchen is very modern. They use the into the future cabinets, so the most modern style cabinets in the game. And yeah, so it's an ultra modern kitchen in a very traditional kind of house-ish, but still modern. It's weird. Anyway, you can see here there's kind of like an island thing, I guess. I don't know. Looks like an island, I guess. And here I'm just putting in a nice oven there, and it's kind of a weird layout because of the way I have like these 2 balconies. There's one there on the left and one on the back wall, kind of. So that kind of intrudes on space, but it still worked out pretty well. So you can see there's enough room to fit everything in, and it's not quite as big a kitchen as maybe this house should have, but I think it's fine. I mean, again, it kind of has that look that it was like completely renovated. You know, they had to like figure out how to fit this kitchen into a house that wasn't designed to have it in it, which would make sense because like an old mansion wouldn't be designed to have an ultra modern kitchen in it. So it's kind of that interesting look, I guess. I also have this little dining table in there, so it's kind of a more informal setting, I guess, for eating. Anyway, just putting in some final details in the kitchen here. Nothing too over the top, but it looks good. Oh, right, and I also did this backsplash. It's also very modern, kind of these black and white tiles as well. So just putting in a dishwasher, a trash can, and some appliances as well, and that's the kitchen. So now we're going to move on to the, I think the informal living room slash the entrance. So this is the entrance to the house. It's far less grand than what the original entrance is, which is the one that your Sims can't get to. But again, that was the intention, is that, we moved the front of the house to the other side, so now the entrance is less grand, but we preserved the original grand entrance, just not used anymore. So you'll see when we get to that. I think that's much later on when I do the other entranceway. But anyway, this is the informal living room. So it has a TV in it. It's right off the front entranceway. It also has connections to the kitchen and to the formal living room. And it has, again, a mix between old and new. So you kind of have modern couches, modern flat screen TV, but then you have like that flooring and also like some modern art. So yeah, it's kind of a cool mix, and also these like kind of old fashioned looking, I guess they're not, I don't know what they are, paintings maybe, I don't know. So I put those on the wall there. So again, just kind of looking for anything that will contrast well. Also a grandfather clock as well. That's very old looking. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with kind of finding items that would kind of have a really cool contrast. Anyway, here I'm putting in the stairs. I went with stone stairs for the front and back. All the other stairs in the house are wooden, but these kind of front and main stairs are stone, which I think look pretty cool. They're very classy looking. It'd be very nice to have a gigantic stone staircase like that. It's very, very fancy, fitting of a mansion. And right here I'm putting some lighting in this kind of level, like this intermediate level there, because the Sims 3's lighting is kind of crappy, so you have to put some lighting in there to make it not look horrible. I mean, it still doesn't look amazing, but it's the best I can do. And here I'm just kind of carrying the wood floors up to the second and third floors and getting a little window here in the front. So just finding a window. I guess I went with that one. So yeah, there you go. And oh yeah, I wanted to put a tree like right there. So that was a palm tree that kind of fit in perfectly there. And I come back and do the landscaping at the end, really. Oh, I also changed the dock a little bit, but nothing too over the top here, but it's a cool little dock. I kind of put a cover over most of it. So again, it's kind of similar to what the structure that kind of surrounds the pool. So you have same pillars and stuff, but the roof is not a pagoda roof because it would not fit on it, unfortunately. But you can see here putting in a little bit of a covered area. So I guess it's also usable space, if it's, if you want to take refuge from the sun and you still want to be out by the water, that's kind of a nice area to have. I also put some boats in here. So there's a jet ski, what do you call that thing? The blue, well, it's not blue anymore. It's red now, but is it power boat? No, it's not power. I guess it's a power boat. Whatever that thing is called. It's like a speedboat, maybe. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, I put one of those in. I also put in a kind of other boat. It's kind of just like a standard boat. I don't know anything about boats, but Anyway, I'm putting in the pool patio here. It's kind of like these nice stones. I'm taking a break from the interior, I guess, but here's kind of like the nice pool patio. I also put this kind of nice tile, I think, on the inside of the pool. I was going to go dark blue, but I'm like, ooh, that looks kind of nasty. And also that tile looked nasty too. So I was trying to find a good balance. I think I went with light gray, and I kind of put this detail tile work at the bottom. And this is a nice fountain to have by the pool as well. Again, very modern looking fountain. So yeah, there's the pool. Pretty nice, a diving board there. And just a bunch of other things. I'm also going to put in some, I think I do the lighting at the end. So anyway, there's some stones for the hot tub area. And also some nice outdoor lighting as well. I put some lights on the house as well, so it looks nice at night. I do a lot of outdoor lighting on this house. It looks very cool. So yeah, also I put these fans like everywhere. So like they're all over the place. I have like these outdoor fans. I also put a gazebo over here by the water. So this is kind of to balance out the island because I felt like I had all these buildings that were kind of too far to the right side. So I needed to build something over here. So I kind of put this nice gazebo here, and it has really nice views of the ocean. I also put a fire pit in it, the safety of which is questionable considering you probably shouldn't have a fire pit under a roof, but it's The Sims, so what does it matter? So yeah, there you go. There's a gazebo, and I also put in a little pathway that just goes from the dock that goes to the back door there for the basement, and then around to the gazebo there. So it all kind of connects easily. So it's all kind of this like one pathway there, and then I put a bunch of trees, and yeah. So now we're going to move on to, I guess, this side of the house here. So we're going to do the study probably, maybe, I don't know, maybe the bathrooms. I guess we're going to do this bathroom. So this is the first of many bathrooms. Like I said at the beginning, there's 8 bathrooms in this house. So it's quite excessive perhaps, but I had a lot of space. So I like, what do I fill this little nook with? A bathroom. And actually, I say a little nook. Most of those bathrooms are actually pretty big. So even the half bathrooms. So this is not a half bathroom. This is a full bathroom because it has a tub in it. And it's right off the front entranceway here. So when you come in the front door, there's kind of like a bathroom here, which I guess would be for guests because it's on the first floor. So there's that. And then the study has its own half bathroom as well. So that's pretty fancy. So this is the formal entranceway that's no longer used. And it was originally the front of the house, but now it's the back of the house. So it has like this really fancy like wood paneling that is in a huge contrast to like the rest of the wall coverings in this house. Same with the study. Again, the study has this very traditional looking wall paneling, and the rest of the house obviously has this like white flat wallpaper or paint, I guess, that is very modern. And then you can tell the parts of the house that weren't changed. And I kind of like the look of that. It's very cool. And it kind of gives the house kind of a story. It's like, oh yeah, so this part of the house was left original. And then like, oh, the kitchen and like the dining room, they had like the walls redone and stuff. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so here's the study. So we have kind of those modern chairs there from, I think, Easel stuff. It's like the only object I use from that pack. And then you have like the fish tank, which is cool. But then like the really old-fashioned wallpaper and stuff. So it's very cool contrast in this room. Also, this room has a rug. Most of the rooms don't, but this one does. And then this really old-fashioned study, not really old-fashioned, but like this traditional-looking study, then has this ultra-modern bathroom attached to it. So this is the half bathroom for the study. So the study has its own private bathroom, which is very classy. And as you can see here, it's not that huge. I mean, it's probably the smallest bathroom in the house, which, considering it's pretty big for the smallest bathroom in the house. And we have this very modern sink, which is from Into the Future, and then this very modern tiled wall as well. And here I'm just putting in some artwork and some other things. There's also a rug here in the entranceway, the old entranceway. And again, this is not a space that would really ever be used, so I didn't put too much in it, but it's supposed to look kind of fancy and old-fashioned. Anyway, you can see like that, briefly again, you saw like this little space between the two stairs. So that's where you get to the basement stairs, and it's kind of like a pass through there to the study. So the study has two entrances. One, so you can go from the informal living room, and then there's like a door that goes to the basement stairs. And if you go straight across, there's another door that goes to the study. There's also a door to the study off of the old entranceway. So there's two ways to get into the study, which is kind of cool. Right now I'm doing I just did the upstairs landing, and here I'm kind of putting some wood on the decks, or balconies, I guess, just around the house. And there's also this rooftop one off of this third floor bedroom here, which is very cool. You'll see that once, well, you can see it right now, but you'll see it even more probably once we get to that bedroom. So here, I'm going to do the master bedroom first, I believe. So this is the master bedroom, and it's one of the rooms in the house that I made more old looking, more traditional looking. So it has the same flooring as all the rooms in the house, of course, which I imagine would be original. And then it has the 4-poster bed, and also has the same wallpaper from the study, although I made it a different color. It actually is the same color as the bedspread, which I think is kind of cool. Then you have like these very old-fashioned looking side tables with these very modern lamps. Again, you get the idea. I sound like a broken record, but it's, this idea of contrast that kind of runs throughout the whole house. And here I'm putting in some lighting. I was going to do some curtains, but I thought, no, we shouldn't do curtains. So I just put in some blinds there. And here's some more flowers and plants and things. Also this little area here for, what do you call that? I forget what that's called, the thing with the mirror. Anyway, it's where Sims can like look at themselves in the mirror, I guess. And some chairs and stuff. And there's like little doodads and thingamabobs on the table there. And also a nice painting. So now we're going to move on to the master bathroom, which I wish it was a bit bigger, although, I think it's big enough. It has a separate shower as well, which I always like to put that in houses if I can. And it also has, of course, I said obviously and of course at the same time, so I said of course. It of course has a, what was I going to say? A tub. I think that's what I was going to say. Now I can't remember. Anyway, it has a tub. It also has this fancier shower that's a bit bigger than normal. And of course, 2 sinks, very nice marble floors and marble countertops and stuff, of course. And a nice mirror there and some rugs and stuff. Just things about the room, I guess. Make it a fancy bathroom because it's supposed to be fancy for the master bedroom. And then here's the closet. So every bedroom has a closet, like I said earlier. So that's the master bedroom's closet right there. And yeah, so that's the master suite. We're going to move on now to one of the guest rooms, which is, or it could work as a second master bedroom because it has a closet just like the master bedroom. Of course, all the bedrooms have one, and it also has an ensuite bathroom. It's the only other bedroom in the house that has an ensuite bathroom. And it's very similar in size to the master, it's just a bit smaller. Like the bedroom's a little bit smaller, the bathroom's a little bit smaller. It has a balcony that's the same size. It just looks out to the other side of the house. So, it's just similar, but not quite the same. I mean, both the master bedroom and this bedroom have a balcony, so that's pretty cool. But the only reason it's not the master bedroom is because it's just a little bit smaller. Anyway, it has a nice little chair there, nice kind of with a little ottoman, and some plants in the corner, and just a nice mirror there. Just things about the room, of course, just making it look detailed. It's a nice dresser, and also, of course, the closet, which I'm just going to put some clothes in. And we're going to do the ensuite bathroom here. So this has all the same things as the master bathroom, although a smaller shower. Oh gosh, excuse me. I don't know what just happened to my voice there. Just like decide not to function. Anyway, a smaller shower and only 1 sink instead of 2. So, but otherwise it's pretty much a similar bathroom. Different colors, of course, but it looks nice. Anyway, here just putting in some details like towels and things, all the normal stuff that I put in bathrooms. And yeah, so that is the guest bathroom there for this bedroom. And now we're going to work on this bedroom here. So this is one of the opportunities where you could fit a 6th bedroom in. So this bedroom is built in the tower, so it has a 2-story ceiling. And if you wanted to, you could enclose, or you could put a floor on the 3rd floor there. So you could split it in 2 and then put a bedroom right above it. That'd be very easy to do because there's a hallway like right there on the 3rd floor. So yeah, you can kind of see that a little bit here. So it'd be pretty easy to, you can see it right there very obviously. You could easily fit a 6th bedroom on top of this bedroom if you wanted to, but I left it open. So it's like this 2-story ceiling in this bedroom, which is very cool. And this massive wall of windows that overlooks the water. It's very beautiful. And of course, this bedroom has a closet and a balcony, but although it does not have an ensuite bathroom. You can see here putting in a little trunk there, which is kind of cool, but it has the nice flooring that all the other bedrooms have. And again, a mix between the modern furniture and more traditional furniture. Like that painting there is very traditional looking, but most of the furniture in the room is very modern. And here, putting in the closet, of course. And we're going to move on now to the final bedroom on this floor of the house, which has no balcony and no bathroom, although it does have a fireplace. So oddly, this is the only bedroom with a fireplace. I don't know why. I just decided to put it in because the chimney was already there. There was no real way of getting a fireplace in the master bedroom. Well, I guess I could have if I wanted to, but I didn't bother. Anyway, this room is supposed to be more of a teens room, so that's why there's like posters on the wall. Kind of that, kind of more a darker kind of theme with like the blacks and dark blues. So it's kind of supposed to be a little more youthful. And I'm also putting in these mirrors here, which I guess is kind of interesting. And also some nice flowers and plants and things, and a little bookshelf in the corner there. Of course, this bedroom has a closet as well, which I'm going to do right now. And yeah, so that's all the bedrooms on the 2nd floor. And now we're going to do this bathroom here. So this bathroom is a hallway bathroom. It's meant to be used by the previous 2 bedrooms we just did, which don't have en suites. And it's pretty big. It's actually probably bigger than the master bathroom. And it has this very interesting combination of countertop and tile wall there, which I thought was kind of interesting, if maybe not the best look, but I thought it was kind of cool. And here I'm just putting in some various things. It has a standard shower, but also a tub, and only 1 sink, because again, it's not supposed to be like the master bathroom. So, got to have your hierarchy in bathrooms, I guess. So, yeah, just putting in some details and things in this bathroom, but that's pretty much it. So that's the 2nd floor done. We're going to do the 3rd floor bedroom here. And if you wanted to, there's plenty of space in the hallway there, which you can see. I make it into a game room, but If you want to convert that, you could make a 7th bedroom. You could easily fit 3 bedrooms on the 3rd floor here if you wanted to. So like I said, you could add a lot of bedrooms to this house. You could have 7 bedrooms if you add 2 more bedrooms to the 3rd floor. And if you want, you could fit an 8th bedroom in the basement because I put a home gym down there. You could turn that into a bedroom easily. It already has an ensuite bathroom. So you'll see that when we get to the basement, which is the last thing we do. But again, there's so much room for expansion. And you could also convert the third living room in the basement to a 9th bedroom, although I don't know why you need 9 bedrooms since you can only have 8 Sims maximum without mods. But, you know, you could do whatever you want if you download the house. It's so much room to expand. You could really add in a lot of bedrooms here. Anyway, while I was jabbering on about that, I finished the 3rd floor bedroom there, which has the really cool rooftop balcony. And this is just the hallway bathroom for the 3rd floor, so it's for that bedroom and also for the game room, I guess. And I even lost count of how many bathrooms we've done so far. I think we've done 5, so this is the 6th bathroom. Yeah, this would be the 6th bathroom because there's 2 more in the basement, so yeah, a lot of bathrooms. But this is the 3rd floor bathroom here. Again, no tub in this one though, it's just a stand-up shower. But yeah, so there you go. And now we're going to do the game room, which is on the 3rd floor here. So I kind of put in a pool table, which I don't think is that usable because it's kind of crammed in here. And there's also a foosball table and like a small bar. So it's kind of like a nice little bonus space on the 3rd floor of the house, I guess. This could also be in the base. I mean, I suppose if you wanted to, you could make this space another bedroom and then put this stuff in the 3rd living room in the basement, which would make sense too. But yeah, anyway, so there's the pool table and the bar, and I'm also going to get a foosball table in over here, the other end of the room. So yeah, it's a nice space, kind of like a good bonus space up here. And there's also a bookshelf and just some artwork and stuff like that. So yeah, looks very nice. There's your artwork, and put a mirror there. And also I think I put rugs in this room, maybe, oh no, I don't. I actually put the fancier flooring in here. There you go. You can see the classic fancy flooring there. And yeah, so that's the 3rd floor done. Now we're going to move on to the basement. So at the back there's the home gym, and that giant room that I just made, it's going to be the laundry room, if you can believe it or not. It's going to be a really big laundry room. And then the largest room down there is the living room space. Anyway, I also put these columns here in the corners to make it look a bit more supported because all those glass windows in the corner looked a little weird, so I kind of put those columns there to make it look like there's something to hold up the house. And this whole basement area has marble flooring, which is very fancy. And again, like I said, there's no carpet in this house, either stone or wood, the only floorings in this house. Anyway, this is the laundry room, which is ridiculously big, but there was just so much space. I was like, why not? So yeah, it's a huge laundry room. You can see it's very fancy. But yeah, there you go. Plenty of space to do laundry and luxury there. And some little mats on the floors. That's the laundry room. And here is the another half bathroom on this level. So this is for, I guess, anyone that's just in the living room space down here. They have an access to a half bathroom, which is quite large. Could easily be a full bathroom, but there was no need for it, so I didn't bother. And yeah, so it's just a half bathroom, I guess. Nothing much to say about that there. So this here in the back where I'm putting the flooring in is going to be the home gym. So there is a home gym, and it has kind of this glass wall there, so you can get some natural light in there. And there's also some nice large mirrors. This kind of interesting colored floor as well. And yeah, so just some exercise equipment. There's a dartboard in there too, because why not? And some mats on the floor I imagine would be like yoga mats. That was the idea anyway. And here's the final bathroom. So this is a full bathroom off of the gym. So if, I guess if your Sims don't want to have to go all the way to the 2nd floor of the house for a shower, they can use this giant shower down here, which is similar to the master bedrooms one, the one in the master bathroom, but just bigger. So very fancy bathroom there. So yeah, that's the 8th bathroom that we've done, which is kind of crazy, but there you go. 8 bathrooms. And just gonna put in some details in there. And there you go. So we have one more room left in the house to do, which is the final, I just said it's the last room, so I don't need to say it's the final room. It's kind of obvious. But anyway, this is the 3rd living room in the house. So yeah, a lot of living rooms. We have the formal living room upstairs, the informal living room upstairs, and this kind of bonus living room down here, which has the most seating, I think, of all of them. You have 2 3 wide couches and then 2 chairs. There's also a TV in here. I put a gaming unit in, I think, after I finished recording, so there is a gaming area, a gaming console down here. And there's also the nice kind of bookshelf on the wall there. And yeah, it's a very nice room, so got a lot of nice natural light as well because of that all those windows there. There's also a door that goes out that goes right over to the dock and also to the gazebo. So easy access to those things. And also you can tell it's still above water level. So even though this is a basement, it's not below water level. It's not below sea level, I guess, because that would be weird for an island. It'd be a little questionable. So it still is at least somewhat realistic in that sense. Even though it has a basement, it's still not below sea level. Anyway, we finished the interior of the house, and now we're going to do some other things. I was just getting rid of that gross brick chimney there. I couldn't put walls around that chimney because I already reached the 5-level build limit, so I had to use a concrete chimney there, which is fine. And we're almost at the end here. We only have about 3 minutes left, which actually seems like quite a bit, so we're not really that almost done. But anyway, we're going to do some outdoor stuff now. So this is the pool, obviously, putting some lighting in. There's a couple of those stone heads, which I talked about at the very beginning. And also just putting in a lot of plants and stuff. I wanted to make it look kind of like a tropical forest, a little bit wild, especially in the front here, which is now the back, the old front, I guess. And yeah, so just like a lot of stuff. It's not quite the level of landscaping I usually do. It's not like that. It's far more wild and just far less like thought out, just kind of more placing things about the place kind of more randomly because it's supposed to be very wild. At least that was what I wanted anyway. I mean, I know it doesn't have to be that way. Like you might think, oh, a fancy mansion should have like a really manicured looking property, which is true. You could do that too, but I kind of wanted to look a little bit more like a tropical island on here that was just a little bit less tame. At least that was the idea. I mean, anyway, it's not like over the top looking. I mean, it looks nice, but you get the idea. Anyway, doing some dirt terrain paint under some stuff. I put the nice little stone retaining wall by the stairs there, which looks kind of cool. And yeah, just doing some final touches around the house. I put in, of course, some outdoor furniture, which is pretty necessary in a house like this. And also moving the mailbox and trash can. And this is kind of like the front entrance, of course, the new front entrance, if you will. And here's some of the sun loungers, which there's so many of them. It's kind of crazy. I believe that on the back there's 8 of them, which I guess makes sense to have 8, because if you imagine 8 Sims living in the house. There's also a couple up there on that rooftop balcony, and I also put a fire pit on the on that gazebo, which I haven't done yet, but here we go. So I put a nice fire pit there. So not the safest thing, but it's kind of cool. And I also put an outdoor dining table. You saw I put a grill in earlier, but there's also a small outdoor dining table, which makes sense to have, I think. So there's that there in the corner. And what else are we doing? A little art easel there. And I think I just do a few more details. But anyway, that's the end of the video, actually. I kind of misjudged that pretty badly. So this is the screenshots now, which I'm not seeing, but you're seeing. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy the screenshots, which you're watching now. And I hope to see you next time. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.